Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT +1. That is 11 a.m. GMT +1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth. To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikunle Amosu.
Welcome to Celebration Television News Desk. I am Belly Squetta, and thanks for joining us today. Now the news making the rounds. Edo APC and PDP in war over words over alleged fake voters. Angola seizes assets linked to Carlos Sao Vicente. Rio Tinto chief Jean-Sébastien Jacques to quit over Aboriginal cave destruction. Naira plunges exchanges for 440 naira per dollar. Athletics Semenya laments court ruling on testosterone level. Stay with us as the details come after the break. Welcome. Edo APC and PDP in war of words over alleged fake voters. The Edo State chapter of the All Progressive Congress has alleged that it has uncovered a dubious multi-plunge drive by the People's Democratic Party to rig the governorship elections in the state on September 19. In a statement in Benin, the Director General of the APC Campaign Council, Dr. Cecile Sekaigbe, alleged that the PDP was plotting to manipulate the electoral process to gain undue advantage. He said under the guise of assisting intending voters with transportation, the governor has released the sum of 200 million naira to the Edo liaison office, Abuja, to induce voters living in Abuja and also to buy the PVC of those who will not be able to attend at 200,000 naira per PVC. In executing this ploy, the Abuja liaison office has sent out notice to platforms of Edo indigents in Abuja, inviting them to come with their PVCs to the office from Friday 4th September to Friday 11th September 2020. Also, the chairman of the APC campaign media team, John Mayaki, in a separate statement on a related allegation, claimed that the People's Democratic Party campaign team had concluded plans to earmark 1 billion naira cash as the gift for officials of various agencies in order to compromise the process, while an extra 4 billion naira was also allegedly set aside to purchase voters across the state on election day. In response, State Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Chris Nehikare, said the APC has turned into a one fake news per day party. And now moving forward, in another story, Delta permits cinema houses and others to open. The Delta State government has further relaxed the lockdown placed on businesses to curb the spread of COVID-19 in the state. The Commissioner for Information, Mr. Charles Anigu, on Thursday in Asaba stated that movie houses, hotels, eateries, and others have been allowed to operate but should observe the COVID-19 protocol. He said they have taken a decision to allow movie houses, hotels, eateries to open their businesses, but must consistently fumigate the places. There will not be more than 50 for big capacity and 25 for small capacity halls. They must observe all the COVID-19 protocol. Also, why they are taking this decision is to ensure that businesses survive in the state as people had long closed. The commissioner said that the task force will continue to monitor the process and will not hesitate to clamp down on any defaulters. And still from another story, Ekiti screens 2,593 Amotekun applicants. The Corps Commander, Ekiti State Security Network Agency, Amotekun Corps Brigadier General Joe Komolafe, said on Thursday that the agency's governing body had completed screening for 2,593 applicants. Komolafe said the shortlisting exercise for the successful ones among them would be transparent, non-partisan and merit-based to ensure that only people of unquestionable character and integrity are recruited. The Corps Commander, who spoke in Ado-Ekiti on completion of the screening, said the governing board would meet next week to deliberate on the reports. Komolafe said the merit-based appointments would help the security outfit achieve its goal and objectives targeted at keeping armed robbery, kidnapping, killing, and other crimes in the state at bay. He said all successful applicants would be invited for medical tests and training before they would be deployed in their respective domains for the smooth takeoff of Amotekun operations in the state. And now from news coming from around Africa, Angola seizes assets linked to Carlos Sao Vicente. Angola's Attorney General has seized buildings and hotels belonging to AAA, a company associated with Carlo Manuel de Sao Vicente, whose $900 million fortune has been frozen by Swiss authorities. De Sao Vicente was a key figure in Angola's oil industry, heading a group of companies including the AAA Seguros, which sold insurance and reinsured contracts to state oil company Senangor. An Angolan presidential decree revoked the AAA's insurance rolled over the oil industry in 2016, citing its allegedly non-transparent management. The Geneva lawyer representing De Sao Vicente said last week that he denies any wrongdoing. His wife, who is a daughter of the Angola former president José Eduardo dos Santos and an ex-deputy minister in the ruling MPLA party, said in a statement he would be proved innocent. The Angolan Attorney General's office has initiated an investigation process related to evidence of crimes of embezzlement, conspiracy and economic activities, influence peddling and money laundering. It has decided to seize the AAA building, the IU and IKA hotels located throughout the country. Also, an online company profile posted by the AAA Activos, the LDA, which lists the Sao Vicente as an official contact, said it holds more than $1.4 billion in assets and owns 86 buildings, including one belonging to the IKA hotel chain and 12 to the IU hotels. Switzerland froze $900 million held in accounts belonging to the Sao Vicente in 2018 in a money laundering investigation, marking one of the largest freeze of personal assets in Swiss history. And still from around Africa, Mali junta launches consultation amid handover pressure. Mali's military junta on Thursday launched a 3-day national consultation with the political parties, union and NGOs facing questioning at home and pressure from abroad over its plan for returning the country to civilian rule. Around 500 people are attending the forum unfolding at a conference center in Bamako, the nation's capital. The talks mark the second round of discussions between the young officer who overthrew President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta on August 18 and civilian representatives, many of whom had campaigned fiercely for him to resign. Early jubilations among many Malians over Keita's exit have been superseded by questions and also divisions over the speed of handover and the military role in the transition period. The coup, Mali's fourth since gaining independence from France in 1960, came after months of protest stoked by Keita's failure to roll back a bloody jihadist insurgency and fix the country's many economic vows. Mali's neighbors have watched this with concern, fearing the country could spiral back into chaos, a scenario that 8 years ago helped fuel the jihadist revolt, which now rattles Niger and Burkina Faso. The junta initially talked of a 3-year transition corresponding to the same time left in Keita's second 5-year mandate that will be overseen by a soldier. We're going to short break right now. When we are back, we get more updates from Australia. Stay with us.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mark.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth.
Shout glory!
To every gathering, there is a waiting. To every act of remembrance, there is a show visitation. For the Lord is mighty to save. His arms are stretched forth to deliver.
Papa, sir, her legs and hands were bound. Papa, she was mad. Been mad for 2 years. Mad for 2 years. Are you just looking? Hallelujah.
September to remember 2020. Pray until something happens.
Say, my father, my father. My father. As I begin to pray,
Apostle Johnson and Dr. Lizzie Suleiman, happening on the 23rd through 27th September 2020 at the International Worship Center, Omega Fire Ministries headquarters, kilometer 132 Benin Okene Abuja Expressway, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria. The time is 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. For inquiries, please call. September to remember. It is time to travail.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mark.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth.
Welcome back, and now news from Australia. Rio Tinto chief Jean-Sébastien Jacques to quit over Aboriginal cave destruction. The boss of the Rio Tinto, Jean-Sébastien Jacques, will step down following criticism of the mining giant's destruction of sacred Aboriginal sites. In May, the world's biggest iron ore miner destroyed 2 ancient caves in Pilbara, Western Australia. The company went ahead with blowing up the Jukang Gok rock shelter despite the opposition of Aboriginal traditional owners. It sparked widespread condemnations from stakeholders and the public. Though the company said in a statement significant stakeholders have expressed concern about the executive accountability for the failings identified, the board said Mr. Jacques would remain as the chief executive until March or until a successor was appointed. Other senior executives, including the heads of the miners' iron ore and corporate relations divisions, will also leave the company at the end of the year. The caves, seen as one of the Australia's most significant archaeological research sites, has shown evidence of continuous human habitation dating back to 46,000 years. They sat above about 8 million tons of high-grade iron ore with an estimated value of £75 million. And more updates from Europe, where Brexit talks will resume despite UK rejecting European Union ultimatum. Post-Brexit trade deals talk will continue despite the UK rejecting the EU ultimatum to scrap plans to override the withdrawal agreement. The European Union has threatened the UK government with legal actions if it does not ditch its controversial internal market bill by the end of the month. Anger Tory backbenched MPs have launched a bid to amend the new law. Meanwhile, trade talks negotiators on both sides have acknowledged they are still clashing on significant issues. Boris Johnson's proposed internal market bill, which will be formally debated by the MPs in the House of Commons for the first time on Monday, addresses the Northern Ireland Protocol and elements of the Brexit withdrawal agreement designed to prevent a hard border returning to the island of Ireland. The new law will give the UK ministers power to modify or disapply rules relating to the movement of goods that will come into force from the 1st of January 2021 if the UK and EU are unable to strike a trade deal. And straight up to business news. On business news, we see the Naira plunges and exchanges for 440 Naira per dollar. The Naira exchanged to the dollar for 440 Naira in the parallel market on Thursday despite the resumption of forex sales to the Bureau de Change operators on Monday. The Naira had last week dropped from 480 Naira per dollar to 420 Naira per dollar following the Central Bank of Nigeria's announcement to resume forex sales to the BDCs. In a circular by the CBN, it stated that as part of the efforts to enhance accessibility to foreign exchange, particularly to travelers following the announcement of limited resumption of international flights by the Honorable Minister of Aviation commencing with Abuja and Lagos, the Central Bank of Nigeria hereby wishes to inform the general public that the gradual sale of foreign exchange to licensed BDC operators will commence with effect from September 7th, 2020. Consequently, purchase of foreign exchange by the BDCs shall be on Monday and Wednesday in the first instance. The BDCs are to ensure that the accounts with the banks are duly funded with the equivalent Naira proceeds on Fridays and Tuesdays accordingly. And the director of the Corporate Communications Department at the CBN, Isaac Okorafor, had earlier assured those requiring foreign exchange for purposes of travel, education fee, and other invisibles could obtain such over-the-counter from their respective banks. And on Monday's forex sale resumption, about 5,180 BDCs got $10,000 each, making a total of $51.8 million. And still from the world of business, a stock market rebounds with 50 billion Naira gain. The Nigerian equity market closed in the green on Thursday as investors began to take position on the undervalued stocks. The Nigerian Stock Exchange All-Share Index grew by 0.38% as markets breadth closed on a positive note with 22 gainers against 12 losers. The ASI gained 96.06 basis points or 0.38% to close at 25,520 as against the 25,424 recorded in the previous day. The market capitalization of equities appreciated by the 50 billion Naira or 0.38% to close at 13.31 trillion Naira from 13.26 trillion Naira as market sentiments returned to the green zone. Meanwhile, a turnover of 236.48 million shares exchanged in 3,251 deals was recorded in the day's trading. Premium subsector was the most active, that's measured by turnover volume, with 74.39 million shares exchanged by investors in 1,190 deals. Volume in subsector was largely driven by activities in the share of the FBN Holding PLC and Zenith Bank PLC. Banking subsector boosted by activities in the shares of Fidelity Bank PLC and Wema Bank PLC, followed with a turnover of 72.26 million shares in 706 deals. The number of gainers at the close of the trading session was 22, while decliners closed at 12. We'll go on another break. When we are back, we get news from the world of sports.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mark.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1, that is 11 a.m. GMT+1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Shout glory!
To every gathering, there is a waiting. To every act of remembrance, there is a sure visitation. For the Lord is mighty to save. His arms are stretched forth to deliver.
Papa, sir, her legs and hand were bound. Papa, she was mad. Been mad for 2 years. Mad for 2 years. Are you just looking? Hallelujah.
September to remember 2020. Pray until something happens.
Say, my father, my father. As I begin to pray,
Apostle Johnson and Dr. Lizzie Suleiman, happening on the 23rd through 27th September 2020 at the International Worship Center, Omega Fire Ministries headquarters, kilometer 132 Benin Okene Abuja Expressway, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria. The time is 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. For inquiries, please call. September to remember. It is time to travel.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mark.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1, that is 11 a.m. GMT+1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome back. Now on the world of sports. Athletics, Semenya laments court ruling on testosterone level. Caster Semenya has been lamenting her lost appeal in Switzerland's Federal Supreme Court ruling against the restriction of testosterone level in female runners. Semenya is not allowed to compete in events between 400 meters and a mile without taking testosterone-reducing drugs, following a 2019 rule change by the governing body World Athletics. She is very disappointed, the 29-year-old South African said. She refused to let World Athletics drug her or stop her from being who she is. Athletics governing body brought in a rule that athletes with differences of sexual development, that's DSD, must either take the medication in order to compete in track events from 400 meters to a mile or change to another distance. Athletes with the DSD have higher level of natural testosterone, which World Athletics believes give them a competitive advantage. She said she will continue to fight for the human rights of female athletes both on the track and off the track until they can all run free the way they were born. And now in another story, and lastly on the news desk today, Kwara to name Ilorin Stadium after Yekini. Kwara State Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak on Thursday said the state's stadium sport complex Ilorin will be named after the late Rashidi Yekini, Nigeria's all-time highest goal scorer. Abdulrazak stated this during a meeting with the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, in Abuja. The governor at the meeting, according to a statement from the media office of the minister and made available to newsmen in Ilorin, also discussed prospects in youth and sports development. They would send a bill to the State House of Assembly to immortalize Rashidi Yekini with the name of the stadium changed after the approval, Abdulrazak said. Yekini, who hailed from Ira in Oyun local government area of Kwara State, died on May 2012 at age 48. He was top scorer with 4 goals at the Super Eagles as the Super Eagles claimed a second AFCON title in Tunisia in 1994. The former 3SC striker also scored the country's first World Cup goal in the Eagles' debut appearance at the Mondial in 1994. Meanwhile, Dare urged Abdulrazak to sustain his support for sports development, noting that sports helped in reducing social vices. And that's the size of the news for us today on Celebration Television News Desk. If you're just joining us, here is a recap of the news making the headline. Edo, APC and PDP in war of words over alleged fake voters. Angola seizes assets linked to Carlos Sao Vicente. Rio Tinto chief Jean-Sébastien Jacques to quit over Aboriginal cave destruction. Naira plunges and exchanges for 440 Naira per dollar. And on sports, athletics, Semenya laments court ruling on testosterone level. And today on our photo of the day, it says, kindness is doing ordinary things with extraordinary love. Tell us your views about that quote of the day and send us what you think on our social media platforms. On Facebook is Celebration TV, on Instagram is My Celebration TV, on Twitter is at My Celebration TV, and on YouTube it's Celebration TV. Join us on Monday again with Nicholas Akosile as we give you news from around the world and from Nigeria. Don't forget, the continuous transformation of our society is a collective responsibility of all. No matter the office you hold, as a nation's president, a thought leader, an opinion molder, a character builder, a professional, or as a person pursuing passion, you have a duty to give your all to making the society a better place for us and the generations to come. So, do well to play your parts and do it with all diligence. Thanks for watching the news on Celebration Television News Desk. I am Belly Squatter. Have a bright and beautiful weekend.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor Ibikule Amosu